Okay, this video is for those that are struggling a bit, but it's you can still watch it if you're not struggling as much, but it's just something that I really want to push out because it's very important. It's about those that are trying to be consistent. We've all trying to be consistent, but for some reason there's no results coming out of it. Like you've heard so many times where people say if you follow the rules for this long, you will eventually see progress, which is true, but those that haven't seen progress, we need to actually deeply understand why, right? We've all, for some reason, tried something new. We try to be consistent for a few days or weeks, and we end up giving up or just crashing out and then going back into that losing spiral again, right? For example, in trading, you may learn a new model, and the model says trade at this specific time or do this specifically thing. You may do it for a few weeks. The one day you don't because you may feel like you see something amazing to trade, you end up getting stopped out, then you crash out, right? We've all crashed out. It's a common thing that happens to most, if not all traders, right? So I want to talk about this specifically because all of us have struggles, but we need to really deeply dig in and realize why. And majority of the time, it's about the mindset and the mindset only. You can be consistent, following your rules, right? Trading once a day, trading on not low prob days, not trading on them, but trading on nice days. You may see some wins, but for some reason your losers are still eating them. You're maybe stuck in the break-even stage. You've been trading for a few months and you're still blowing your evals. Why? You feel like you're doing the correct thing by trading once a day. You have your lockout on. Why? What's going on? Right? And I think probably is the answer is your mindset. So I want to share a nice quote that really benefited me personally and really opened my eyes a bit more because there's always improvement for everyone. And it's called reward the rep, not the result. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but I'm gonna say it again. You have to reward the rep, not the result. Now we've heard many times from many mentors, right, including Salman, where if you focus on the outcome, on the payout, on the passing, you then struggle to get it, right? It goes away from you. It's like it runs away from you. You can be here, the payout can be here. You've passed your account. You now think about the payout, it slowly goes away and you're chasing it. Eventually you fall on your feet and you blow your account, right? You're basically known as the activation fee method. Prop firms feed on you, right? So think about it. Why is that happening to you? Because your main focus is on the payout now. Why do you think PropStep and many other prop firms, I don't know, but I know mainly TopStep, has added a minimum 5 winning day plan for you to eventually get, and then you can get a payout? Why is that? Why is it on TPT you have to build a buffer first? Whereas on Alpha Futures, I think you still have to build consistency. I don't know. But my point is, when you pass the XFA, it's not done yet. You still need to do more. And they know psychologically, they're psychologists in the background, they know this. There's a reason why they added this. It's their business plan. And we need to defeat that, right? So if you put your focus on the reps, right? The reps I mean is by following your rules, right? I say this, but focus on it, right? Focus on it as much as possible. Focus on your trade, not the P&L. Focus on price, right? That's number one when you're trading. Before you hop onto the charts and you trade, you say to yourself, I don't care if I lose or win. I just want to trade a good quality trade setup following my model. You'll slowly find your edge like that, aligned with risk management. Right. So if you focus on that and you keep a focus on that, the end goal will come to you rather than you chasing it. Now I have it written down here so it's easier for you guys to understand. Oh, flip, wrong one. There it is. Cool. Reward the rep, not the result, right? So obviously the reps are following your rules, right? Risk management, external discipline. So then let's say, for example, you follow your rules for 2 to 3 weeks. You don't see as much progress. You might see some. You might be learning. But for some reason, you still haven't hit that peak moment. It hasn't clicked for you, right? You need to reward yourself for still doing it, for still following your rules. Reward yourself. Go outside and have dinner with your family or do something that you enjoy. Because you followed the reps, you did the reps, right? You didn't focus on the results. And naturally, when you follow your reps, when you follow your rules and do the correct things, you enjoy doing it because you know I'm going to reward myself from doing it. Don't let the P&L reward you. Reward yourself, right? And then the P&L will come to you. It's that simple, but it's like We us humans overcomplicate it all the time, and that's how we're built, and that's why trading is so hard. But like I said, reward the rep. Like focus on it as much as you can. So if you're struggling right now, you've been blowing accounts for many weeks, and you feel like you're following your rules, but for some reason nothing's working, eventually it will click. And most of the time, it's those people that fully change their mindset to actually focusing on the correct things. You may be focusing on the wrong things, but still following your rules. You may focus on getting a payout, but your rules are still fine, right? But that's not going to work. You may be on lockout, but you're focused on the payout. You're just going to slowly kill yourself day by day, loss after loss after loss. There's reasons why most of us here pass our combine so nicely and easily. But on the XFA, we completely fumble. The trading hasn't changed. The model hasn't changed. You haven't changed. The computer hasn't changed. Your monitor hasn't changed. The Wi-Fi hasn't changed. Nothing's changed but your brain and your mindset, right? We all trade one model. We all trade one pair at the exact same time. It's that normal. It's that simple. It's all combined into one. So why is it that you keep struggling? It's the mindset that differs others. The mindset really changes everyone and differs others from others. It differs the profitable from unprofitable. There's no secret sauce. Yes, there may be models that are more comfortable for others and may see a better edge. But overall, it's the mindset, right? It's the mindset. So please, like if you're struggling, like put this on your wall or just read this every morning or every time before you're trading. Focus on this, reward the rep, not the result. That's how you build true consistency, in my humble opinion. Generally. Like, because the fact that you're now focusing on this and not this, you will then start, money will start coming towards you basically in those terms, right? Because at the end of the day, we are in a very beneficial, like, position. You have to be very, very grateful, even if you're struggling right now. Because when it clicks for you, you will know you'd rather struggle for an extra 5 years and still click for you. You wouldn't care because you know how beneficial this is. Trading. You know how grateful you should be for being in a mentorship. If you're not, I suggest you join one because you need someone to help you out. You need the community to help you out. I personally tried myself for a few years. It didn't work for me. I was over leveraging every single week, bro. Tough times, right? But eventually it ends. But make sure you have that mindset change, especially if you're in a community, in a whatever, but you're still struggling. Change that mindset. Focus on the reps. Now you can write down your reps. My examples here is following your rules, risk management, discipline, waking up at a specific time, on a correct diet plan. Reward that because it can be exhausting being so disciplined. It's not easy, right? Being disciplined is probably one of the hardest things for a human naturally because our brain just wants dopamine quickly, right? You need to be delayed for that gratification, delayed gratification. So reward yourself. Do nice things for yourself. At the end of the day, you need to enjoy your journey. And when you get that reward, you won't really care about payouts like that. You won't care as much. Most people, when they get their first payout, it doesn't feel like anything. Generally. For me, it didn't. There's a bunch of numbers on the screen. I'm not trying to brag. That's the way it is. Right? So follow it, reward the rep, and I promise you, things will change. Like, it's just that simple. Honestly. It's generally just, I keep saying this again and again. Have it on your wall, have it on your computer home screen. Do something where it just says reward the rep, not the result. Follow your reps, right? Like I've been saying, write down a list and what you think your reps are supposed to be, and then write down the results that you're working for, right? And make sure you differ them. And I promise you things will change. I don't think there's anything else for me to mention here. But this video is for those that are struggling, especially if they're in the break-even stage or they keep losing. You've been losing for 2, 3 years. There are traders that lose for 5 years, 10 years. Nothing's changing them. It's just the mindset that's been incorrect the whole time, right? It's literally that. I personally struggled for 2 years. Someone else might struggle for a year and a half and make it better than me. Someone else might struggle for 3 years. But how long will it take you? Of course, the longer it takes, the harder it is for you. But at the end of the day, be grateful because might not even be trading at this point. You could be somewhere else. So all you have to do, like I said, is reward the reps. Be consistent. That's how you become consistent. Because being consistent, I think most humans can't be 100% consistent. We all have those days where we don't feel like doing something. We just end up leaving it for a bit. For example, you might leave gym for another day, stuff like that. You know. So when you start following that properly, you end up rewarding it, and I promise you, things will get better. So yeah, any questions, text me, DM me, text me, whatever. I'm here to always reply. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will post some more psychological lectures soon. I might post some trading videos here and there, but keep that private, for the mentorship. And yeah, take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.